Hello and welcome to Revit. I'm Naima, your instructor for this semester, and from here on out I'm going to refer to all of you guys lovingly as my Reviteers. I wanted to make a video that goes through this course and what you guys can expect over these next few weeks and just a general overall preview of what you're getting into. We have a full class with a pretty big wait list, so I wanted to make sure that everybody who's here knows that we're going to hit the ground running, and if you're not quite ready, I'd love to have you come back in the future when you are ready to open up space for the people who are waiting. So this week, to get us started, we will be going over a lot of overview and course preparation things that I'm highlighting right here. Now, each one of these will have their own instructions, but we're going to start off by you guys practicing uploading an assignment. You're going to be downloading a PDF printer so that you can send your homework to me. You will also be doing a practice quiz. Now, these two particular assignments, the upload practice and the practice quiz, this will just get you familiar with how Canvas works. I'm not quite sure where you guys are coming from. You might be Canvas pros, this might be your first time, but each instructor uses it a little bit differently, and this will help you learn how to take a screenshot, so if you need troubleshooting, I know exactly what you're looking at. Another big thing coming up this week is downloading Revit, so please make sure you hop on that as soon as possible to make sure you have all of the system requirements, as this is an online class, so you need to have your own machine in order to go forward. And then at the very end of the week and this lecture that you're listening to right now, we'll have some overview questions that kind of go over everything. So that's what you guys can expect this week. And now let's talk about what to expect in general over the semester. So again, my name's Naima. This is an online class that will go over Revit. Revit is a wonderful program used in many construction design firms, including architecture, interior design, and many engineers. I'm going to be teaching you the fundamentals. Fundamentals go beyond the basics, so there will be some advanced content that we will be going over in this class. It's advanced, but I do see it as something fundamental for you guys to learn. Now, because this is an online class, the way that it's set up is that every Monday at midnight, I'm going to skip down to our first week right here, but essentially every Monday at midnight, I will be posting your assignments. Your typical assignments consist of, let me point to these right here, an exercise, and then another assignment. The exercise is an assignment that I will do with you, and what I mean by with you is I'm going to record the entire assignment, I'll be posting it on YouTube, and then you can follow along side by side. So in this class, it's really helpful if you can watch the YouTube video on maybe an iPad if you have one, maybe watch the YouTube video on your phone. If you have an extra monitor, that would be great, and we can work side by side. Now, it's not like class where you can raise your hand and ask a question, but what you can do is pause, rewind, you can slow down the lecture, or you could speed it up using YouTube controls, and I'll show you that in just a moment. After you do your exercise, you'll be turning it in for credit, and the way the exercises work is I grade them really quickly. You essentially just get points for trying and meeting the minimum. Now, with the actual assignment that you turn in, those are on your own, and I spend more time going over it. The way that I look at it, the exercise is something that we do together to make sure you understand the concept. And then in the actual assignment portion that you do it on your own, that is for you and I to see how well you can handle the concepts on your own. So again, that'll be pretty consistent throughout the week. So if you click on any of the exercises, what you'll see is a link to a YouTube lecture. Now from this YouTube lecture, it's set up so that you can follow along with me. Now typically when it opens up here, what I like to do, there are some settings that you can change right here. So playback is the speed, so you can slow me down or speed me up. But one new thing that I'm starting to do this semester is if you click on the actual YouTube link, I'm going to show you what it looks like in another class because I just started adding them.
Watching this
Ooh, there's
YouTube
nothing
video.
creepier than hearing yourself talk. But what you can see is I've started to add chapters so that you can skip down to the content that you want to review. So after you've watched an entire lecture, if you have a specific question, you can skip right to it. Let me show you a couple more of the controls. So normal speed.
I need you to do a few things for me. The first thing
sounds
is to
like
make sure you have Adobe InDesign installed and have your
for you,
workspace
if that's
set up
too
like
slow,
mine, so it's
you
easy
can
for
speed it
you
up.
to find all of the shortcuts that I will be pointing to. I'll also need you to take photos or scans of your sketchbook with all of the different.
You can hear that even at 1.5, you can pretty much understand me, but some people might find that maybe I talk too fast for them, so maybe you want to slow it down a little bit. Let's hear that.
Missions. Make sure that you have all of.
Okay, that's really slow. But in general, the nice thing about having these YouTube lectures is, again, you can rewind, pause, speed up, slow down, and skip around to where you want to be. So although we're not in a classroom setting, I think this will be really helpful for you to be able to hone in on what it is you might have a question on. So again, that's a pretty typical week. I have our course homepage set up as the modules so you can see what we're doing week by week. And you'll notice that honestly within like the first month and a half of class, we really hit the ground running. So it's important that you guys are ready to go. In a nutshell, what we do is the very first day of class, we design a mini home to get an idea of what Revit does. The next class that we have, we start setting up our semester projects. And with those 2 semester projects, we learn the ins and outs of Revit, basically all of the fundamentals. We spend about 4 to 5 weeks on those 2 projects, one of them being the exercise and then one of them being the one that you do on your own. And then once we wrap those up, we do our midterm, where you take all of those things that we learned and you put them into practice with a lot of guidance from me and your peers. And then essentially the last month of class, starting I think November 9th, just 1 week into November, we spend the rest of the course working on your final project, where you get one other chance to take all of those fundamentals we learned in the first few weeks of class and apply them again onto a plan set. So it's a fast-moving course, but you learn so much, you get a lot of practice. We don't just show you the content once and then abandon it, but we keep showing it to you and showing it to you. So take a peek here at the class schedule. You'll see all of the assignments that are coming up and the dates on those. I have everything set until about midterm. There's a couple modules, module 5 and 6 in the final. I am going to leave these blank for now in case we need to move some of these dates. We have about 1 or 2 weeks where we have some playtime where we can either slow down or speed up, and we'll see how that goes. Before I let you guys go, I wanted to talk to you about getting help in this class. Now, I will be available primarily through WebEx. So if you click on WebEx in your instructure, eventually I will have some time set up for meetings. And again, I'm not planning on lecturing on WebEx. All of your lectures will be in YouTube. WebEx will primarily be used for clarification or getting some one-on-one support. I don't have those times set up yet, only because I still have some things in my schedule that I'm trying to work out. But in general, I typically set my WebEx meetings for Monday mornings and Wednesday evenings, but I'm pretty flexible. So if those times don't work for you, we can set another time, but those are the times that you can find me. I also have a chat feature so that if you guys happen to hop online and you wanted to ask me a quick question, you may also use the chat feature. And then last but not least, I will put up a general discussion board. Sorry, my computer's being really slow. I think everybody in my house is online right now, but this is the course chat. I will be posting kind of like a general discussion post so that if you guys have just kind of like general questions, you guys can hop in here and see what other people are asking. So you can see here we've got our YouTube playlist and general questions. One thing that's nice to do here is to make sure to subscribe. So if somebody asks a question, you might be able to answer them too. Or if I'm clarifying something, this is another great place to hop in. That's it for now. If you guys have any questions or anything, please let me know. Go ahead and hop into the first module to get us going, and we will have some stuff due in less than a week by the time you guys see this. Thanks again, once again, welcome to Revit, and I can't wait to spend the semester with you.